If I knew that this is what communism would be in 2024, I wouldn't have bothered with this shit. Really.
What the hell?
You guys actually believe this idiot is a socialist?
Okay. You're not gonna believe this.
Forget a religion. Hasan is the albeit of the masses. Straight to the gulag for anyone soft to this idiot.
Get me the White House.
What's going on, everyone? Jeremy here from the Quartering. I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day. Very interesting news over the weekend. Many people kind of have moved on past the YouTube old guard, and that includes people like Ethan Klein and, you know, many people of that initial era. Ethan Klein had kind of reinvented himself as a political commentator for a very short period of time, as things fell apart between him and his co-host, Hasan Piker. Many of you know Hasan Piker may be the worst human alive. Someone who very obviously just used Ethan Klein to get at his audience and get at his young, impressionable audience and force feed them some of the wildest garbage that I've ever heard in my life. Well, apparently, Ethan Klein finally woke up over the past couple of months and decided, hey, wait, I don't like that Hasan Piker essentially did what he needed to do to try and give my young, impressionable audience his radical beliefs about, you know, socialism. Now, anybody who's followed Hasan Piker knows he's a grifter. He doesn't actually follow the ideals or the teachings of socialism. He drives a Porsche, which is, you know, literally the embodiment of what, you know, socialism would be the opposite of. Lives in a multi-million-dollar mansion in LA. In fact, he's a champagne socialist. He's a socialist that I would say, like, would be in the government. You know, in socialism, those at the top have plenty of money while their people starve. So maybe Hasan Piker really does understand socialism. But Ethan Klein dropped a 2-hour-long video, of which I did watch over the weekend in several sittings, because I'm not going to have 2 hours to watch a hit piece. But I will say that basically everything in that video I already knew. There were several pretty interesting bombshells, though, and I don't think it really went the way Hasan Piker wanted. Sure, his fans came in and gave it a bunch of dislikes, but it really did reveal just how snaky Hasan Piker is. And we're going to get into some of the highlights after a super quick word from this video sponsor, Fume. Have you heard that the flavored air category is quickly becoming one of the leading alternatives to some really bad habits out there? It's a whole new movement towards better habits, led by the sponsor of today's video, Fume. Fume is an award-winning flavored air device that draws flavor into your mouth, not your lungs. It's a great way to satisfy that oral fixation you might have with non-toxic flavors, free from any of the bad stuff out there, and it's safe to use anywhere. Fume is also about more than just flavor. It's an awesome fidget tool with magnets and clicks to help calm anxiety. I play with mine all the time at my desk. I actually absolutely love it. My favorite flavor is probably crisp mint these days. I did like orange vanilla for a really long time. Both are absolutely delicious and really help me from making a bad decision at sometimes my weakest moments. Maybe when I'm really stressed out, or I've been hanging out with friends. It's really helped me stay on the good path. You know, physiology shows stopping a bad habit cold turkey is very hard on your brain. Fume works by replacing your hand-to-mouth fixation, calming nervous tension through fidgeting, and distracting you from your bad habit with delicious flavors. Fume has already helped over 300,000 people build better habits. Try Fume today, and if you order your Journey Pack now using promo code QUARTERING, you'll get a free Fume topper, an awesome accessory to level up your experience. Go to tryfume.com/quartering or scan the QR code on the screen. Now let's get into some of the biggest claims that Ethan Klein made in his video, and none of these really surprised me, to be honest with you. The first is that Ethan claimed that Hasan is pro-CCP, which of course he is. He's pro any nation that is communist. I mean, ask him what he thinks about Tibet, ask him what he thinks about Taiwan, ask him what he thinks about China. Look how he carried water to try and cover up what China was doing to the Uyghur Muslims, something he happily did. This is not surprising at all in any way, shape, or form.
Reading the AP proved exactly the opposite. Hasan has happily eaten up the Chinese propaganda on this and has regurgitated it to his mainstream audience. Why is he defending China's genocide of their Muslim population?
Good question.
How does this even make sense? It only makes sense if A, he's being paid, or B, he has the political complexities of a 5-year-old. I know America Bad is a meme that people laugh at online, but with Hasan, this does actually seem to be the beginning and the end of his analysis.
Fair to say. He also called out, Hasan's controversial post where he basically called one of his followers, many people believe, to go after a sitting politician. He also talked about, he also apologized for platforming Hasan Piker and claimed that he, kind of screwed up his fans.
Turning them into radicalization and turning them against me.
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I learned how much he hates liberals.
Dude, I hate liberals, dude. I hate them. I hate them so viciously.
Did he secretly despise me this whole time?
I'm sorry, dude. I hate liberals so much.
Did this man sit next to me for 2 years and pretend to be my friend?
Dude, liberals are a burden on this planet.
Yes,
dude.
he did.
Liberals are the most scummy, vile, fucking idiots. Liberals are incredibly stupid. I hate these petulant liberals, dumb fucking liberals.
What else is someone this sociopathic capable of?
Liberals are some of the easiest to manipulate people on the fucking planet, dude.
Was I being manipulated this whole time?
Yes.
That was my fear anyway. Regardless of his true beliefs, that broke my trust in him, and I pretty much ended the show immediately. And I felt guilty for my participation in mainstreaming Hasan.
Yeah.
And for that, I apologize. I should have done more research, and I should have looked more deeply into who I was getting in bed with before they gave me chlamydia.
Now, this is what basically everybody said. Everybody said that's what was happening. He also, of course, called out Twitch. One of the weirdest things that Twitch has is I only can assume that kind of the head of Twitch, Dan Clancy, is a kind of a radical far leftist, because he continues to allow some of the worst people on his platform, including this Frogan individual, who is a gigantic woman who, celebrated American soldiers getting PTSD, wanted to make, a Twin Towers cake to celebrate, Twitch goals, probably just in general, one of the worst humans alive. He also went on to say that, Twitch has essentially been platforming this for profit. And again, yes, they have. Anybody who's been watching knows that. I mean, this is not surprising. Why are they blocked? It's weird. There.
Political streamer on our platform
that
is influencing media and influencing young kids everywhere. If we can normalize terrorism, if we could rebrand it, then fuck the U.S. Navy. You know how much those guys don't pay shit.
Yeah, Qatar does.
The Army ads on Twitch? The Army is fucking broke.
Yeah.
Dude, I'll tell you who loves America more than the Army. Qatar. Well, I don't know if love's the right word, though. They're paying more. Good CPMs coming out of Qatar.
By the way, congrats on Ethan's weight loss. He looks great. Good for him. Now, I know Ethan said a lot of heinous stuff about me in the past, and people are like, well, how can you? I'm not really siding with him here. I'm just pointing out, he's right about Hasan. Everybody knows that. Hasan is one of the slimiest losers, liars in the entire space. The video, by the way, Ethan's content nuke, has 173,000 likes. Now, it does have 40,000 dislikes, which is no small feat, but I would say it's overwhelmingly positive. As a percent, what is that? 20, it's probably 80% positive, 70, 80% positive. And most of these are people who are just blind disliking it. Now, Hasan claims that Ethan is deleting the positive comments about him. That's entirely possible. It's entirely possible. But it's good to see Ethan get back to, classic Ethan memes and hilarious stuff. The stuff that he talks about Dan Clancy, how Dan Clancy's essentially a total creep, I thought was a legendary, throw in. Here's Dan Clancy's camera roll.
Okay. Suppose you want to check out the stories to see what you missed yesterday.
He got caught.
There.
They're all e-whores.
And now you're in your stories.
Everybody he follows is an e-girl. Okay. Every one of them. Every one of them.
That's very nice. That's also
okay. Oh no.
Do whatever you want.
Ultimately, now Ethan Klein has agreed to debate Hasan, saying Hasan says he wants to debate me, which I of course agree to. He just needs to watch the video I made first. Ethan highlights the difference between him and Hasan reacting to critical videos. When Hasan gets hit with a takedown notice, he spreads misinformation. You see here this. When Ethan gets hit with a takedown video, he watches it on stream, responding to all the points being made. When Hasan gets hit with a takedown video, he spreads misinformation about it and belittles the person who made it without responding to any of the actual points made in the video. Which of these guys sounds like they're afraid of the other one? I mean, Hasan, his arc is basically over. I don't know if he's getting paid by Qatar or any of these other places, but I do know that he's a clown. When Anna Kasparian is dunking on you, I'm sure you suck. He has treated his family like garbage when they're unbelievably good to you. That's what scum does. So she's calling out that he treats his family like trash. Hasan is a slave to his audience. I've never seen a man more terrified of the people who watch his streams. I would never be jealous of that. Literally everybody's getting in and dunking on Hasan. He still is very relevant. He has a lot of clout on Twitch, but it'll be interesting to see if Twitch responds to this, because Ethan Klein did point out very clearly that, many of Twitch's sponsors, might not be very happy to see what they're paying for. See, Dan Clancy must resign as Twitch CEO. He did a whole
clips. Swipe this way, and now you're seeing clips.
Yeah, he sees them.
And that's.
Let's get this man a new job.
I mean, he got caught in 4K.
Pornhub or something.
Being a creep. It'll be interesting to see if Twitch replies. Ludwig got into it and got butthurt, even though he wasn't even really a part of it. He's like, "Meh, you're making fun of my girlfriend, meh." He wasn't. He was just pointing out that Ludwig's Crooked Streamer Awards show gave Frogan the Rising Star 2 years in a row, when this is a woman that has like 100 to 200 concurrent viewers. You're not really a rising star at that level, are you? So it'll be interesting to see how this shakes out. If Twitch gets involved, if Twitch responds, or if everyone just ducks for cover, which is probably the more likely scenario. I hope you were informed by this video. If you were, please do leave a like on it. If you haven't yet, please subscribe or follow down below, and we'll talk to you again real soon.